Hello everyone, it is pouring down rain and I'm in the kitchen ready to do some cooking. For the first time, I'm going to cook lentils and I have other dishes I need to cook, so I need to use the stove for those other meals. So the lentils I'm going to cook in a crock pot. I'm going to cook it on high, hopefully get them done in 3 hours. I have a ham hock unthawed from the freezer. I'm excited about this meal. Let me know, have you tried lentils? How do you cook your lentils? I'm following an AI instructions, which sounds super easy. Great for the summer when you're busy outside. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to rinse our lentils. So I'll give them a rinse. Make sure they're completely free of any particles or impurities, I should say. I did find two that looked a little odd, so I took them out. My ham hock in the bottom. I'm going to add 4 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and add my lentils. And before I turn this on, I'm going to cook up some vegetables, saute some vegetables very quickly to add to the crock pot, to help flavor the lentils. I have the Holy Trinity here, onion, carrots, and celery. I'm just going to chop this up real quick. I'm using avocado oil for the first time in my cooking, so I'm very excited about this. I'll wait for this to heat up and then I'll add my vegetables. So we'll just saute these for a few minutes. I'm also going to use some minced garlic. The vegetables cook for a couple minutes. I'm going to add a little minced garlic. About half a tablespoon. That cooked in less than a minute. Our vegetables in the crock pot. Put a little pepper, a little dried thyme. I'm going to do just a little bit of Lowry's because the chicken broth has salt. Because I added Lowry's, I'm only going to add 3 teaspoons of dried chicken bouillon. This way we'll have a variety of flavor going on in the lentils. So I'm stirring it up a little bit with the ham hock in there. It's a little tricky. That's why I should have mixed it up ahead of time in the water. Yeah, I usually do it with a whisk. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Got that mixed up pretty well there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on high. For 3 hours. Believe it or not, my lentils are almost done. They've cooked for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I actually tried them. They were delicious, and they were tender enough for me, but they could be a little more tender. They were starting to, the lid was starting to pop up. Let me know if you've had this experience before. But they're almost completely done. I had to add water. I did have to add water. I'm cooking some brown rice. This is the last package of brown rice, Success brand. My husband does not care for brown rice, so I'll be eating my lentils over rice as a complete meal. So that's one of the sides that I'm cooking that I can make a complete meal out of. I could just shred some cheese over it or something. And right now I'm boiling some pasta also. And this is rotini pasta. It's very small. This is great for pasta salad, which is what I'm making. You can make a complete meal out of this also. You can either leave it with all veggies with your Italian dressing for a side dish, or you can bulk it up with like meat or cheese, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Here's the pasta. Cooking along here. And here's the rice. So here are the vegetables I'm putting in my pasta salad. Green olives. I don't have black olives. I don't care for the ones in the can. If they're not out of the jar or fresh from the deli, I don't care for black olives. Okay, I have a tomato, an onion. I'm going to chop these up. Oh, there's one other item that's a vegetable. It's a yellow pepper. The lentils are completely cooked. I just put a lid on them to keep them hot. I took the ham hock out. I'm cutting off the pieces of ham. I'm going to put it back into the crock pot with the lentils. What I did was I diced up the meat, removed the fat from the ham hock and threw the ham hock and fat away. And I've just got little pieces of diced ham. I'm getting ready to put it into the crock pot with the lentils. And I'm just going to stir it around, mix it up in there. These are still very hot, so, and the ham is plenty tender enough, and so are the lentils. And I'm going to add my vegetables and some Italian dressing, sweet Italian dressing. So to make my dressing, I got store-bought Italian dressing, sweeten it up with some sugar, add minced garlic, and dried Parmesan cheese. Mix this up. I'm going to add a little more of that. I think I'm just going to add all of it. I think we need it. Just a little bit of water mixed with that, not much. Just spread it around more evenly. Then I'm going to add these toppings to make it look beautiful. I'm going to go out and pick some fresh parsley. I mentioned we had rain. The flowers are soaking wet, but still beautiful. I definitely need to mulch. As you can see, I was putting it off, but I need to get into my budget and take out the funds for that, for the garden. I just thought I'd take a quick look here. But the main reason I came out here was to pick parsley. I'm going to go ahead and take a few sprigs here. I just took some chopped pepperoni and chopped mozzarella cheese and put it along the sides to make this more of a meal. If you want more Italian dressing to this, you can just add it from the bottle. I added the parsley and a little bit of that red onion, scallion to the soup. You can see I have the lentils plated over the cooked brown rice. I'm going to go ahead and give the lentils and rice a taste test. This is really tasty. The lentils are tiny. That's why they cook so fast. Maybe they're smaller than regular lentils. I don't know, but I got them from Walmart. They taste a little bit like beans, but yet they soak up the flavors of everything that I put on them. There's two more meals I'd like to share with you, one salad and one dessert. So my husband was nice enough to microwave some bacon for a salad I'm going to make. I got this idea because I have tomatoes and plenty of greens, garden greens. I'm going to cut this in half or thirds for the salad that I'm going to make. And it's going to be a gluten-free BLT salad. I'm going to use Natasha's Kitchen for the dressing that you make with mayonnaise and sour cream and ranch dressing. It's a creamy BLT mayo dressing. I need to pick chives for that from the garden. It's cleared up now. There's beautiful sunshine outside. So I'm going to go out there and pick some garlic chives. So I was just out in the garden out back and I picked the garlic chives. All spring and summer long, I'm busy in the garden and I'm going to show you the rose bush that I trimmed today. And here it is. This is Danny's pride and joy. 25 years this rose bush has been here. He helped his late wife, who passed away, he helped her plant this in the year 2000. So it's 25 years. Around this date today, I think he said she bought it in May or June. I trimmed it. It was all over the place, and the branches were right where the mailman comes up the walkway. And you know, rose bushes have thorns, so I didn't think that was very nice. So I trimmed it, I pruned it down. We've got these daisies coming up, get really tall. And believe it or not, the shorter daisies, shorter stems are in the back, and the taller ones are in the front, which is really strange. I'd rather it be the other way around. Okay, let's get back into the kitchen and make this salad. Actually, this recipe just calls for sour cream and mayonnaise and then these other ingredients, but I need to get rid of this French dressing. There's very little in there. So I'm going to go ahead and mix all these together along with the garlic chives that I cut up with cooking scissors. See, I'm using minced garlic, but the recipe calls for fresh garlic. I have it in the garden, but I haven't harvested it yet. This calls for a little salt and pepper. So I'm going to combine all these ingredients and make my dressing. I just sliced up a tomato for our salad. Now I'm going to peel and slice an avocado. I know I've got to take the seed in the middle out, but I thought if I already had it peeled, it would be easier to slice it, of course. There we go. Let's get that seed out. Okay. This avocado is overly ripe and a little mushy, but tastes just fine. Let's assemble our garden greens, and these came direct. All of these greens here came from the garden. It's spinach, lettuce, and kale. Here's our BLT salad that we would assemble when we go to put it on a plate or bowl. I must say, all of these recipes are super easy, which are great for busy summer days. So, and these are fresh, using a lot of fresh ingredients, which you can find in the garden or in your produce section at your favorite grocery store. I have blueberries and peaches. I need to use up these peaches from a can, but there's not enough here to make a peach crisp. So if I combine the two of them together, I can make a blueberry peach crisp with oats and brown sugar and a few other ingredients. Now, this is the only recipe that I've made today that doesn't contain protein, which gives you lots of energy. So after you've eaten your protein meals, you're ready for dessert. And something with fruit is very refreshing for the summer. So that's what we're going to make. I've got my peaches in a small baking dish. I cut them up in smaller pieces so they'll go further. I'm going to throw in my blueberries. I'm only making probably less than half a recipe. And I'm following a recipe on All Recipes, which is one of my favorite go-to cooking sites. Okay, so we're going to spread these out a little bit. A little lemon juice. Yeah, I probably like a little more than what some people do. This fruit together here. We got some sugar and flour. Okay, we'll stir everything together until evenly coated. Now we're going to make our topping. It called for almonds, chopped almonds. I don't have almonds, so we're using walnuts, and I just broke some walnuts into little pieces here. So I've got that in the bowl. I'm going to mix everything in this small bowl here. Flour, oats, brown sugar, and a little bit of nutmeg. Doesn't take much nutmeg. Okay, mix that together before you add your butter or margarine.
I'm just going to break up the butter and margarine into the mix here. So now we have our crumble. The margarine is mixed in evenly with the other ingredients. So now I'm going to go over here and pour this over our fruit. I poured it over the fruit and it is evenly distributed as a topping. It looks absolutely amazing. This is going in the oven. 350 Fahrenheit preheated. It said 30 minutes. We'll check this after maybe 25 minutes, I would say. It actually has been a full 30 minutes since we put the fruit crisp into the oven. Oh, not brown enough for my husband. So while I'm waiting on that dessert to finish baking, I'm going to wash some dishes here. The blueberry peach crisp is done. The blueberries are bubbly. They definitely dominated the peaches. This bubbled up very nicely, and the topping is brown enough. Thanks for watching today. These recipes are definitely super easy. Even the very first one where we put the lentils and the ham hock and everything in the Crock-Pot, and just we didn't have to worry about it, but it was bubbling because it got done quicker than 3 hours. So that was a very quick meal, and it could have been cooked on the stove even faster. So lentils, that was an experience for me, but they're very easy to work with, and I just love them. I think they're great, and I would recommend lentils because of the health benefits, and they're very versatile and economical. These are great recipes for the summer when you're busy, super busy outside, and I was able to get some things done in between preparing these recipes. Please like, subscribe, share, and shower me with your comments. May many blessings come your way. I'll see you on the next one.